Alright, real question. Should Cal Kestis go full dark side in the next Jedi game, or would that completely nuke everything that makes him Cal? Because Jedi Survivor didn't just tease it, it basically grabbed Cal by the collar and went, "Hey mate, you want to snap, don't you?" So I'm asking you right now, would you actually want a game where Cal turns into the problem, not the solution? Drop a comment, full dark side Cal, peak storytelling, or character assassination. Before we get into it, yes, we already know a third game is happening. EA has said Respawn is working on the final chapter of the Star Wars Jedi story. And despite the Respawn layoffs in 2025, they're still publicly said they're pushing forward on the next Jedi entry. We don't have an official title or date, so this is pure where should the story go territory. And after Survivor, I don't think it's even a debate that Cal is closer to the edge than he's ever been. The whole dark side moment wasn't random. Respawn even tweaked the design to make it hit harder during that section. So now the question becomes, do you pay that off with a full fall, or do you make the struggle the point? Let me be the devil on your shoulder for a second, because there is a really strong argument for letting Cal go dark side. Let me be the devil on your shoulder for a second, because there is a really strong argument for letting Cal go dark. First, it's basically the most honest direction for him. Cal isn't some untouchable monk Jedi who had a peaceful training arc and a clean moral compass. He's been in survival mode since he was a kid. He's watched friends die, he's been hunted, betrayed, used, he's constantly choosing between Jedi ideals and keeping people alive. And Survivor proves something important. Cal can tap into the dark side and still think he's doing the right thing. That's the scariest kind of fall, because it doesn't feel like evil to him. It feels like necessary. Second, it would make the final game instantly different. We've already done Cal is growing into a stronger Jedi twice, and I love it. But if the third game is the final, it needs a swing that feels like the ground is moving under your feet. A full dark side Cal could flip the whole tone into something nastier and more personal. You're not climbing the hero ladder anymore. You're trying to stop yourself becoming a monster. Third, mechanically, it could be insane. A Jedi game where the temptation isn't just cutscenes, you feel it through gameplay. Imagine if the more you lean into dark side abilities, the stronger you get, but the more it damages your relationships. Changes dialogue, changes endings, changes how Kata sees you, changes how Merrin reacts to you. That's not just power fantasy, that's consequences. Now, here's the problem. Going full Sith mode might actually be the lazy option, because hero becomes villain is easy. What's hard, and way more Star Wars, is the middle, the fight not to fall. Also, timeline-wise, there's a reality check. Cal's story sits in an era where the Empire is still dominant. If Cal goes full dark side and becomes some unstoppable threat, you run into the, okay, so where was this guy when the original trilogy happened issue. So if they commit to full dark side Cal, you basically force one of these endings. He dies, he disappears forever, he gets reset back to the light. And if the story ends with, and then he just dies, that can work, but it's risky. You don't want the trilogy to end with the message, hope is pointless and trauma wins. That's not Cal's story so far. And also, Cal is an Anakin. Anakin's fall is this giant mythic tragedy. Cal's story is smaller, more human, more grounded. He's a survivor who keeps going even when it's ugly. And if he goes full dark side, you might lose the thing people connect to. Cal feels like someone who's constantly carrying weight and still chooses to stand up. Turning him into a villain can feel like you're punishing him for being human. Here's what I think the perfect version looks like. Cal should not become a full dark side villain, but he should go far enough that you genuinely believe he might. Make the third game about Cal becoming something new, not perfect Jedi, not Sith, but a guy who's learning the harsh truth. You don't beat the dark side once. You manage it every day. And the key is Kata, because training or protecting Kata while Cal is unstable, that's terrifying. That's where the drama lives, not in the haha red lightsaber, but in Cal wanting to be better for her, Cal being scared of himself, Merrin being the one person that can pull him back or walk away if he crosses a line, and mechanically give the player the rope to hang themselves with. Dark side powers are optional. Using them changes outcomes. You can win fights easier, but lose people slowly. That would be brutal and memorable. So no, I don't want Cal to become Space Hitler. Can I say that? But I do want the next game to stare straight into the abyss and make Cal earn his ending. Now you tell me, should Jedi 3 let Cal go full dark side, or should it be about resisting it, while still giving you the option to flirt with that line? If you enjoyed this one, hit sub, because when Respawn finally shows the next Jedi game, they're breaking it down like absolute lunatics. So, hope to see you in the comments.